Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Josh Dell'Aria's Musical Escapades. My name's Josh Dell'Aria, your host. Today I've got another awesome Top 20 of 2019 eligible song for you guys, and it's a rock and roll song. So let's dive into some rock and roll here. How's that sound? So this gentleman is an Eastern Kentucky native. Josh Nolan is his name, and he released his second album called Kind Hearts to Follow back in May. And I think I picked it up a couple months later. I think I found it through a blog, so it was probably a couple months after he released it. And I wound up getting this song Lady Luck from him. And again, like a lot of songs this year apparently have, it took me a little bit of time to kind of figure out how this song kind of worked and what it was actually about. And once I figured that out, I really started enjoying this song. Now, I could tell you guys who he sounds like in my opinion, but in honesty, I don't want to because for basically a couple reasons. Well, one, I don't really like comparing musicians to other musicians all that much for the main reason that I try to find what is unique in each musician. And so, I think that if some musician is trying to be an exact replica of another musician, it really means that that musician does not have a heck of a lot of value to offer. And the other reason is because you guys will figure out in 5 seconds, once you start listening to Josh's music, exactly who he sounds like. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into his song Lady Luck that I mentioned beforehand so that you guys can figure out how he sounds like. So here you guys go.
I'm sure they'll take your side. I'm sure your folks will understand. They'll protect you and keep you inside, away from all the rest who will show you how little you tried.
All right. So for me, I feel like there aren't a lot of things to pull out of this song, but the things that I'm going to pull out of this song, I think Josh has done very well. And I think those are the really main things that matter out of this. So the first thing I want to cover is this repetition in the first verse, and actually he does it again in the second verse a little bit later on, but go ahead and listen to this for a moment.
Hope your mind hangs tight. I hope your hair stays thick and curly. Hope your mind hangs tight. Hope your hair stays thick and curly.
Yeah, I really like what he's doing in there with repeating the line exactly word for word. But the thing that he's doing too is that he's actually changing the chord structure behind it, and he's changing the pitch. So this is, I think, happens a lot in a lot of blues songs where um, the musician will sing the same line twice through, oftentimes in just about every verse of blues, but what they'll normally do is they won't change the pitch of the melody. They won't change the contour. It's the exact same line, word for word and note for note. But Josh only does word for word in this situation and doesn't do a note for note. And I like that a lot because I do think it's not like completely rare, but it's less common. And to me, it gives more interest to the song in terms of just like having something to kind of change in the background. It just to me it just holds my interest a little bit better. The other thing Josh does a really good job of is he makes really good insights with his lyrics. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that first set of lyrics again. And I'm gonna play it all the way through to the end this time.
Hope your mind hangs tight. I hope your hair stays thick and curly. Hope your mind hangs tight. Hope your hair stays thick and curly. When you try to get some rest, I hope it comes late and it leaves too early.
Yeah, it's almost like he's like dropping the hammer on that line. Once you realize what Josh is talking about in this song, you can kind of you can kind of get it. I know when I was first listening to it, I think I was trying to listen for consistency in a lot of the lines, and I think that was a really bad idea because when he drops that hammer line of like I hope when you need rest, I hope it comes too soon or comes too late and leaves too early. And it's like, whoa, wait, what in the world is he talking about here? So if you're dumb like me and couldn't figure out by this point what Josh is talking about here, I'll enlighten you. The speaker is basically talking to an ex-girlfriend who I would say at least took advantage of him, most likely cheated on him, something along those lines, because he's basically telling this ex-girlfriend of his that he hopes that things go kind of sour for her. So in case you're still not convinced, let me play more.
Hope your messages go through. I hope all your thoughts get heard. Hope your messages go through. I hope all your thoughts get heard. When you try to speak out loud, I hope it seems you've stolen every word.
Yeah, there's that hammer drop right there again. Yeah, and he's basically just hoping that this person gets exposed for the prick that she seems to be, according to the speaker. Now, another cool thing is some of these guitar fills in the second verse here.
Yeah, I always kept your wits about you. I'm sure they'll be left intact. You never let your guard. Hope your messages go through. I hope all your thoughts get heard. Hope your messages go through.
Yeah, they sound really neat and interesting, and I think that's really the only necessity, I guess I would say, in terms of making a good fill, is that it just really has to follow the chords that you're in, and just kind of make a captivating sound to fill a small amount of space. So it's almost like you can think of it as like a bang bang solo almost in some ways. Like the whole point of the solo is to kind of like carry the tune a little bit and provide something interesting for your listener to listen to and really showcase whatever instrument that it is that you're soloing on. Almost like, like a melody in the same way that vocals would be, like that's what you're kind of trying to show off. But fills, all you need to do is do that for like maybe a measure or two here or there. And so filling them up is really not that difficult, but I'd be honest in saying that I'm not really great at them, so for other people to be great at them, I think is kind of admirable. And lastly, the last thing I'm going to point out is that I don't think that Josh did anything more than what was needed in this song. And I think that's really important because, there are times when musicians will go on and do a whole bunch of crazy stuff that doesn't really need to be a part of the song. And sometimes it sounds really cool, but because it isn't really necessary, it doesn't make sense for it to be in the song. So I think Josh does a great job of avoiding that. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys remember me talking about Adán Romero in his song called Ella es la dueña, where I mentioned that he doesn't do a second verse in the song, and I thought that was a great idea because everybody would have expected it, but if you can say what you need to say in just one verse and a chorus, then, power to you. So Josh Nolan here doesn't actually have a bridge in this song, and he just kind of goes out on an outro after the second iteration of the chorus. And I really like that because I, again, don't think that there's all that much left for him to say at that point in this song. So on to the most important question in the video. Will this song be nominated for the top 20 of 2019? And my answer is yes. Because I think it's kind of obvious, but the way Josh's lyrics hit in this song, they hit like bombs. So you really can't ignore that. And not everybody, I think, really takes the ability to do that. And so for Josh to set up his lyrics in such a way that they come out in the way they do is really incredible. And so I think for that reason, this deserves a chance at the top 20. Alright, that's all I have on this song, guys. Thank you all for watching. I do want to thank Derek, who's working with Josh Nolan, I believe either as a publicity manager or just a manager in some way. I don't know exactly, but I do want to say thank you to him for allowing me to feature Josh and play his music here. If you guys want to check Josh out, you can see more of his music at joshnolanmusic.com. And as always, I'll go ahead and put his social media profiles down in the description below. And as I've been mentioning for the last several weeks, it is true, the top 20 is on its way. It's already December, guys. It's almost over. The year's almost over. I can't believe that. So, if you have made any fantastic music this year and you want consideration for the top 20, or if you know anybody who has made fantastic this year and you want them to be considered for the top 20, please let me know. You can email me here at joshdell'ariasmusicalescapades@gmail.com, or you can send me a Facebook message on my Facebook page, facebook.com/JoshD'sMusicalEscapades, or you can leave it in the comments below. One way or another, I will give it a listen, and if I like it enough, it may end up making the top 20, and it might be featured here in a future show. So you never know. Thank you all again for watching, and until next time, go make great music!